To begin with, I'm so sorry I missed posting a book review last Friday. I'll tell you why a little later. Let's first talk about today's book. Tom Hazard has a rare condition. He ages very slowly. As in, he looks like an average 40 something history teacher, but he's actually more than 400 years old. From 16th century England to 21st century America, he has witnessed history unfold. That may sound like an adventure, but Tom is burdened by memories, loss, and the loneliness that comes with outliving everyone he's ever cared about. The one thing he's forbidden to do is fall in love. Now, as he tries to settle into a quiet life as a London history teacher, the past begins to catch up with him. Hunted by a secret society that enforces the rules for people like him, Tom must choose between safety and the one thing he's always longed for, a real future. How to Stop Time by Matt Haig is a novel that asks the ultimate question: what's the point of a long life if you never truly live? Let's switch on the reading lamp. Hello, I'm Asavari, and on this channel, I review books and talk about reading in general. Let's look at the details of today's book.
Facts and Figures.
How to Stop Time by Matt Haig was first published in the UK in 2017 by Canongate Books. It's a genre bending fiction novel that combines history, time travel, and fantasy. 352 pages long, available in paperback, hardcover, Kindle, and audiobook formats. The link to buy the book is in the first pinned comment and in the description given below. Now, for the contents of the book. But no spoilers, no worries. Just
The cover story.
let me tell you where I was last week. As a family, we love exploring forests and spending as much time as we can in the wilderness. Last week, we were in the Tilari forest that straddles the borders of Maharashtra, Goa, and Karnataka. I did finish reading a book before I left, but I couldn't film and post a review before leaving. And in the forest, there was no network and often no electricity. I should have planned it better. Lesson learned. But that is where I read today's book. Sitting on the porch after an unexpected summer rain shower, it was perfect in a way because living in a rustic hut with no mobile network or hot water was kind of like traveling back in time. Although the novel is not strictly about time travel. Our protagonist, Tom Hazard, does not time travel. He has actually lived through 4 centuries. Tom was born in 1581. Till he turned 13, he grew at a normal pace. But after that, he seemed to age by 1 year for every 15 or so years of life. That sounds like a great problem to have, right? I mean, throw away those Botox injections. But in reality, this is a huge problem. The world is rushing forward while Tom seems frozen in time. All his life, he's on the run, not living in any one place for more than a few years because then his condition becomes apparent to everyone around him. When people realize that he doesn't seem to be aging at all, it scares them. Back in the 17th century, he was suspected of indulging in dark magic and witchcraft. But in the modern era, he's still in danger from the media and the scientific community who would love to get their hands on someone like him. His condition is not something that he can discuss with other normal human beings. So he becomes a part of a secret society of people just like him. The society helps him to change identities and stay under the radar. But they have one single rule: he cannot fall in love with anyone. Tom is lonely. All he yearns for is a normal life. The one thing he is not allowed to do may be the only thing that can save him. Now, I'll tell you why this unusual book is a great read across genres.
Speaking My Mind.
There are a number of reasons why this novel appealed to me. It's a genre bending, genre blending kind of a book. It ventures into science fiction, historical fiction, philosophy, a bit of mental health, and so on. The basic premise of this book is hyper longevity or near immortality, which ventures into sci fi territory. But the treatment of that concept is different in this book. Most sci fi books are about high stakes plots or thrilling adventures or fantastical imaginary worlds. But this book takes a more realistic, gentle, introspective approach. Here, the idea of near immortality is used to explore emotional truths like grief, memory, love, loneliness. The story is extremely engaging. At the same time, it prompts you to think deeply about life. Tom's condition is used to pose a core philosophical question: what is more important? How much time we have, or how we live in the time that we have? Second question: the secret society that Tom is a part of believes in avoiding emotional attachments in order to protect themselves across time. But Tom is unable to live like that. So here comes the second philosophical question: is avoiding pain worth the cost of avoiding love? I adored the fact that a fiction novel challenged me to think about such interesting questions. The other interesting aspect is the time span of the novel. Since Tom Hazard was shown to be born at the end of the 16th century, the novel takes us through Elizabethan England and 1920s Paris and brings us into close contact with characters like William Shakespeare and F. Scott Fitzgerald and Charlie Chaplin. By covering events across the world over 4 centuries, the book also highlights the thought that the more things change, the more they stay the same. It reminds us that we don't learn from our mistakes, but we should. In a few places, the book does get somewhat preachy, but not so much as to be irritating, just enough to be a bit predictable. What I liked the most about the book is that although it explores serious themes, the tone is not morose or depressing. There is a thread of hope and intrigue running throughout the story. Here's a lovely quote that talks about living in the present moment from a man who has lived for centuries.
Quote unquote.
History is a one way street. You have to keep walking forwards. But you don't always need to look ahead. Sometimes you can just look around and be happy right where you are. Now, the Linescape rating of today's book.
LINEDSCAPE Rating.
Up there is a link to the video that explains my Linescape book rating system. Today, all parameters are rated 8. The overall score is therefore 80 over 100, which makes it an exact 4-star book. Now it's time to put my thoughts.
In a nutshell.
How to Stop Time by Matt Haig is a fiction novel that cuts across many genres. It's full of interesting messages, but not very preachy. It's a book that can either be savored slowly or consumed quickly and then ruminated over. It has an unusual premise and a solid, engaging story, and it's thought provoking. I would definitely recommend reading this 4-star novel. If you like this episode, do give me a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon, and share with your friends and family. The more, the merrier. Visit the Reading Lamp every Friday for a fresh book review. I promise to plan better and not miss another Friday henceforth. And hey, did you notice the new bookshelf? I've been wanting to get a solid wood bookshelf for quite some time. How do you like this bookshelf? Please let me know in the comments. This is Asavari signing off for now. Have fun under the reading lamp. Switch on, read on.